going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel, and hey, happy Friday. We're here today for another episode of the Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour. And today, at the request of Donald93, you might know him as Lucio LaCroix, you might know him as Baku, you might know him as that guy who hangs out on Around the Hearth, longtime friend of the channel. We're covering Kaoling. If you guys have any requests for this series, throw them in the comments, because, literally this request came down 3 hours ago. We will certainly be able to cover what you want to hear in the Dragon Empires first. I digress. Today, this episode of the Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour, was brought to you in part by the Inn of Planar Crossroads. And hey, Donald and I just played in an evil one-shot over there at that channel. I'm told the recording was lost, but we're going to do a little D&D story time to, fill you guys in on all the evil we did. And you can follow this card right up here to be directed to this channel's probably oldest friends in the whole world. I did it. Hooray me. I'm starting over from scratch. Regardless, go check them out. They're super cool. We play Rune Lords. We're about to play 2nd edition. And as always, if you don't subscribe to that channel, we can't be friends. Now, let's dive in. Before the collapse of Imperial Lunghua, which we'll talk about at the end of the series, the lands of Kaoling had always successfully beaten off the raids by the hobgoblins of the northern hills, but once the Imperial armies stopped coming, the hobgoblins soon realized their opportunity and invaded. They overthrew 6 successor states in short order before halting their expansionist campaign and founding the modern hobgoblin nation of Kaoling. Following the example of its Lunghua rivals, Kaoling instituted an extensive bureaucracy answering to the military leadership. Captured enemy leaders were put to death in well-attended public executions, sounds like fun, whereas captured humans and others were offered the opportunity to live under their new overlords as slaves, provided of course that they obeyed without question. Lawbreaking for a non-hobgoblin in Kaoling means mutilation or execution, but the hobgoblins also make sure to reward those who cooperate with increased power over their own kind, appealing to that basic nature of human bullying. A council of generals, also known as the Council of Nine, rules Kaoling from the capital in Ducharg, and you can find out more about Ducharg in the Distant Shores splat book, one of my favorite splat books to tell you the truth. The 9th member of that council is chosen from among their number by the other 8 to serve as a sort of figurehead leader in the role of warlord. The current holder of that title is the warlord Sung-Cha Kavengaki, a cunning hobgoblin veteran of the latest and nearly successful Ziha campaign, who built the coalition that ousted his predecessor and currently controls a majority of the council. The warlord casts the tie-breaking vote in all council matters and generally has supreme executive power over the bureaucracy, although in practical terms, the council members care little about the day-to-day affairs of state, so long as they're running smoothly. Kaoling's bureaucrats help to keep order by maintaining exacting records. All hobgoblins are expected to serve in the military, while all slaves must bear proper identification at all times. The use of brands and tattoos makes such identification difficult to lose or hide. Visitors on legitimate business in Kaoling are issued travel papers for the duration of their expected stay, but they're watched closely. Those unable to produce documentation are subject to arrest, interrogation, and possibly enslavement or execution. Naturally, there's a brisk business in bribes and false paperwork among the bureaucracy, although it's a dangerous affair, as some crimes are exposed to the bureaucrats to the potential of arrest and execution. So everywhere on Galarion has a real-world equivalent, and we're gonna hit several nations over and over and over. In the Dragon Empires, Kaoling is feudal Japan, not unlike Minkai, and hey, if you missed that video, follow this card right up here, and you can check out the not-so-lawful evil side of feudal Japan, but that's what we're looking at, a brutal hobgoblin empire. Hobgoblins do appear in the request line of the Forgotten Race review. It's a real long list, but we're getting there. And a nation full of lawful evil angry ones is definitely a good place to send our military-minded characters to adventure. It's kind of, in a way, like the Cheliacs of the Dragon Empires. If you don't know what that means, follow this card right up here. We'll tell you all about it. But that's the idea of the setting. If I'm sending adventurers over to Kaoling, either one, we're lawful good, lawful neutral, neutral good, somewhere in the top bracket of the alignment chart, and we're here to fight this brutal hobgoblin empire, free some slaves, take back some land formerly possessed by other successor states, on and on and on. It writes itself. On the other hand, there's nothing saying we couldn't all roll up a bunch of hobgoblins, grab some Izobu mounts that smell real bad, and ride across the Dragon Empires on a path of military expansion, get some slaves, do some paperwork. Everyone loves paperwork, right? That's what we're here for. It's a tabletop role-playing game. And actually, Distant Shores has its very own template in the section where we talk about Ducharg, the Kanabo, which is applied to any living corporeal humanoid of the goblinoid subtype, like hobgoblins. It's pretty good. It's pretty flavorful. It lets you do a lot of cool stuff, and that might be where you break it out in your campaign. But I digress. What do you guys think about Kaoling? Are we going to go fight some hobgoblins? Are we going to go free some slaves? Or maybe, are we going to go ride over into the neighboring regions of the Dragon Empires, show up, burn some people's homes, take some slaves? It's all in good fun. And hey, why don't we do that in Fantasy Grounds Ultimate Edition? Because, we're giving that away right here on the channel. One copy is good enough for you and all of your players. It's a wonderful virtual tabletop experience, and you can follow this card right up here to be directed to that giveaway. Anywho, that's all we got for today. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. The next episode of The Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour, drops next Friday.